So you flew halfway across the country, or all the way across the country, just for the weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Flew out a couple Fridays ago.
For like 3 days.
Yeah, it was my buddy's birthday, so I just wanted to surprise him for his birthday.
When was the last time you saw him?
He was here last November.
Okay.
And then when I was driving them back to the airport, I think he was paying for gas, and I looked at his girlfriend, and I was like, just so you know, I'll be there for his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So like that's like we started the plan then.
Yeah.
And then it was awesome.
Like
10 points for Porter Airlines, by the way. They were friggin' awesome.
Yeah, we were in Ontario and you went to Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Porter Airlines, which I've never heard of. You were telling me it's
incredible
and cheap.
Yeah. Cheap flights, they're awesome, good service. The plane rides, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan.
Out of Ottawa straight through, or?
Yeah, it was just we had the baby with us, so we didn't want to have any stops.
Yeah.
So it was just straight flight.
Right to Edmonton or Calgary?
Calgary.
Yeah, right on.
Which was flying into Calgary was so cool.
Calgary's airport is phenomenal, by the way.
It is. But just flying into Calgary, like there's so much land.
Yeah.
So much open, sparse land, and then like bam, right in the middle of it, there's this huge city.
Yeah.
You see downtown Calgary, and it just
it's not like
so
Toronto,
cool.
which like if you live in Toronto and you're gonna leave, you're leaving Toronto for 4 hours. Like you can't get away from it.
No.
But yeah, we went when I was 12 years old. We packed up and moved out west to BC, and then we came back to Ontario 6 years later. But yeah, the Rocky Mountains, you'd never seen them before.
It was my first time on an airplane.
That was mind-boggling to me too.
It was awesome. It was so cool.
Takeoff's the best.
Takeoff's the best. Well, what was weird to me was when the plane turned.
Yeah.
And you like went sideways. Like it was. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that, but like it doesn't happen very often.
So with Porter Airlines, it's a legit plane, like a 737 or something.
Yeah, like the plane. It wasn't a huge plane that we were on, but like it was a decent size. You walk into an airport in Canada now, like one of the major ones.
Yeah.
And like WestJet's got their place to check in.
Yeah.
Air Canada's got their place. Well, Porter's got their place to check in too.
That's weird because I remember when there was Air Canada and then there was another one called Canadian. Canadian's long gone now. But that's when kind of like WestJet started coming in and all the other ones. Like there's Delta and United.
It's cool having a competition within the flight space because then it makes,
And I'd never heard of Porter, so they clearly doing something right.
They've got, it's on Reddit. Like you can follow Porter Airlines and it's legit. I'd happily, I will fly with them again. I won't.
Yeah. Because we flew, I think it was WestJet. Would have been Ottawa, because Toronto, like Pearson International in Toronto's fucking insane.
No thanks.
It's its own city. It's bigger than most cities. Just the airport.
Yeah.
I'm sure like O'Hare and LAX and LaGuardia and all these ones are pretty big too. But like Pearson's madness, and it's like, you know what? I'll just go to Ottawa. It's way easier.
Yeah.
You might have to stop somewhere. So like when we went to see my buddy Brad out west, Shelly and I went, and it was from Ottawa to Calgary.
Yeah.
And then from Calgary to Abbotsford.
Yeah.
And it was fine. Like WestJet's great. I've flown WestJet a couple times, but yeah, it was $1,000.
It was not that with Porter. I can tell you that.
And we're talking 10 years ago. It was $1,000 more. It was like $1,200.
No, let me see. I've got
for you, the wife, and the baby.
Let me pull this up on. I'll see if I can. I keep this tab open on my phone so I can always see.
The Babish would have flown for free, right?
I'll put this up to the camera in a second, but this is round trip.
For two?
Per person. Yeah, but
yikes.
Traveling, Tuesday, November 26th to Saturday, December 7th, $200 a person round trip.
Yeah, so there for 100, back for 100.
It'll cost you like $50 to cab from one side of Kingston to the other side of Kingston. You're telling me that's to fly from Ottawa to Calgary? Like, these prices are crazy.
It's like a 22,000 kilometer
I'm
flight or
going to
something.
screenshot that so we can put it up on the screen right now. And yeah, but I mean, if you look even too, depending on when you go, like I always check with Expedia because I've always had great luck.
Okay.
But like even an Air Canada flight,
Yeah.
213, like
OC and Expedia is probably sorting like the off-peak days, because I know like if you fly on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, it's way cheaper
yeah, we flew out on Friday and
because they just
it
want to put
was-
asses in the seats.
You just gotta,
$200 return. Though.
you gotta be willing to travel when it's not peak season.
Yeah.
If you do,
Yeah.
you'll save money and
Yeah.
have a blast while you're at it. We
When I
sat.
went,
It was 2 degrees and we were hot tubbing in Canmore, Alberta.
yeah,
And
picture
hot tubbing
nuts.
right in the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah,
Unreal. Every kid, like,
in a lodge.
yeah, which was a total surprise to us. We didn't know that was happening.
Yeah,
So, yeah, if you can, if you're Canadian and you get the chance, like, you need to see the Rocky Mountains. The most
Yeah.
mind-blowing thing I've ever seen with my own eyes. And that's after we watched that solar eclipse.
yeah,
That perfect, complete eclipse. Which
Because
was,
in Kingston, we're directly in the path of that thing.
yeah,
that was pretty sweet.
we could actually, got to the point where you could look up momentarily and stare
Yeah,
at it.
once
because
it
was
went
completely
dark,
covered.
you could take the glasses off and you're like,
Holy.
whoa. All the street lights came on and the birds were like, shit, nap time.
And it's like 15 degrees colder.
yeah.
And then there was like that cool
Yeah,
rain.
it got super cold. Like, yeah.
But even that, after seeing the Rocky Mountains, I was
Yeah.
like, this is where, like, they're so humbling. And like, where we were in Canmore, like, you're just surrounded. Like, if you
You're
look
in
at a
the
map.
Rockies. You're in the Rockies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you look at a map, like, you're right in there. And we scoped out Banff. Banff was a really cool place to walk around. And
Oh, you went to Banff?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we went and spent some time there and walked
That's a
around.
legit ski resort.
It was very touristy. I mean, I understand why, obviously, but
Yeah.
it was like when we were walking, like all the shops and shit, there was like, here's a place to get like some beaver tails, and then it's like Joe's gift shop, Sam's gift, like it was just like gift shops.
All
like,
these Canadian
that's
guys.
like all it was. But it was beautiful, man. It was the most beautiful place. But Canmore, Alberta, man, my favorite place on the planet.
So where did you go to surprise your friend?
We just showed, like, basically how the plan all worked. He thought that he was picking up a friend of his girlfriend's.
Okay.
So they
Oh, she sent, like, he was on a mission to get someone. No idea it's you.
no idea it's me.
Okay.
So like she's with him at the airport or whatever, and she got out of their car and came and met us, and like he was sitting in the car, like just parked, just kind of waiting, and then like she opened the door and
Yeah.
we were just like, "Happy birthday!" And it
Happy
was like,
birthday, bruh.
what the fuck? Like,
That's super cool.
well, yeah, man, he had no idea. It was great, and I was even asking him like days leading up to it. It was like, so like, what do you got going on the weekend? There's an F1 race. You want to like get on the chat headset and watch the race together
Yeah.
on the weekend?
Yeah.
And then we get there, and I'm like, so listen, when I asked you if I wanted to watch the race,
I'm coming
I
over.
actually
to
like
watch the
wanted
race.
to come over and watch the race, like Mexican Grand Prix. Let's go.
That's cool. Yeah. See, when Shelly and I went out to see Brad and his family, and so, we're on vacation. We're going to Abbotsford, but now we're at his house. So it's the same thing. He's like, well, you're on vacation, but I'm still at home.
Yeah.
So we went and they planned a thing up in Merritt. So we drove up into the Rocky Mountains to Merritt,
Yeah.
to Paradise Lake. There's like 7 cabins on this lake.
That's so cool.
And we get out there, and Brad's my bro. I've known him since I was like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we moved out there when I was 12 and I met him in high school. And he was only in one of my classes, and then he had to leave the school for like medical reasons or whatever, and he had to go to, he was going to be like an architect and other
Yeah.
schools, right? He just
Yeah.
moved along. And just been bros ever since. Like you're just destined to just be brothers with the guy for the rest of your life. So like we get out
different
there.
air out there, man.
Yeah, and when we got up there, and we're driving up through the Coquihalla Highway, and
Are you talking? Is that the highway that goes from Calgary right into the mountains? Because there's
Right
like
through
one.
it.
There's basically the way I looked at it, and I've flown it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's different
Yeah.
roads, but like there's one main highway that gets you from Calgary into the Rockies.
the Coquihalla is one of the craziest roads, especially in the wintertime. There's a TV show about it.
Oh yeah, I don't. I think this is different. But like leaving Calgary, going towards the Rockies, I can't remember where exactly it was because obviously like it was my first time there. I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, but there's
Yeah.
like this one hill, and we went up the hill. Not a very steep one, but as soon as you get over it, it's just like bam,
Yeah.
there they are.
Yeah.
They're like half an hour, 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's how fucking huge they are.
Yeah.
But like you could see them, and it was just from that point on,
See what? What are you talking about?
the Rockies.
Oh, just the mountain range.
Just the
itself.
mountain, yeah.
Gotcha.
And you're like,
Yeah.
and it's just the whole time. It's just the most exhilarating thing to
Well,
see.
that
and
was
like-
the thing. We're going to Merritt, and it's foggy.
Yeah,
And I'm like, Shelley's never seen this.
yeah,
We lived there for 6 years.
Yeah.
And we went up to Whistler Blackcomb a bunch of times, and you could, Big White, I think, is in Washington State. But like you can see all these mountains. Big White is massive. It's a big white peak, and it's
Yeah.
actually in Washington State. But the like we went up the mountains and ski resorts a few times. We weren't like skiers or nothing, but for a weekend we'd go up,
check it out.
and it's wild. And we're going to Merritt, and I'm like, fucking fog, man. Like I can't believe this. Like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not. Like you need to see this shit. So when we were coming back,
Yeah,
clear as day.
Oh, yeah.
So we pulled over, took some pictures and stuff, but like Paradise Lake was amazing. We got up there, and there's like, I guess people rent their houses or their cabins out to people.
yeah,
So we rented one for 8 days or something.
yeah.
So like first night out there, Brad and I grabbed a couple of pints and went for a walk, and we're standing out on the lake, and it's just glass, no wind, no nothing,
Just
having a beer,
yeah.
shooting the shit, and you're like, yeah.
This is
And you could hear like the wolves howling and stuff. And there was like coyotes out there. There was like one coyote.
oh man.
And then you could hear a pack of coyotes over here.
seeing elk,
And
for
then
the
you can
first
hear
time.
that coyote gets a little closer.
Yeah.
He got split up from his pack. I'm like, that one sounds like it's lost. And then it's like, and then like they're
Yeah.
finding each other.
It's smart.
It was neat, man. And then like wolves and moose.
Speaking of which,
Moose shit.
one of the coolest things.
What's that on the ground? Moose shit.
the little bridges, overpasses they have specifically
freeways.
for wildlife?
Yep.
Like they're not roads.
No.
There's no street to go on this bridge. It's just specifically there for wildlife.
Yeah. So the deer and the moose and the
Yeah,
mountain lions.
which
and
was
stuff.
also cool. Like here,
No
you get-
roadkill.
There's literally like deer crossing signs around here.
That's the cheapest way to do it. A $50 signpost. Watch out for
but
deer.
out there, you can't even put deer. Like you have to put wildlife because there's.
Everything.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah.
Bobcat, moose, mountain lion.
We went for a walk out. We kind of walked a little bit into like the woods in Banff and through one of these trails, and like
Yeah.
was kind of hoping maybe we'd see a bear or something because out there you never know,
You
right?
never know what. Yeah.
But yeah, check it out. If like, get on Expedia. For all you people that use Uber Eats and all that shit, take that money.
Don't buy 3 meals.
Just take that money that you would spend on those meals, chuck it in a savings account. When you got $300 or $400 saved up, take a look on Expedia and take your partner for a flight. Like even like you can bundle hotels and shit on Expedia for cheap. You
Or like
save money.
Newfoundland or something. Go the other way.
Go just explore
somewhere.
Canada. But before you go that way, go check
Go
out the Rocky
the
Mountains
Rockies
first.
or-
You
or
got to
Gnarly.
see the Rockies.
Yeah.
The thing with water is like, I mean, like, I grew up in a small town on a lake. Like, I know
Yeah.
what water looks like. It doesn't blow
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountains
It's just-
blew
it's
my mind.
Crazy. Yeah.
Like, so humbling, man. It's like
Yeah.
I came. Like, what a calming thing for someone with anxiety and shit
Mm-hmm.
to just be out there. Like, it's so. Like, it almost makes like some of the problems that you might think in life are really big and totally encompassing. When you're staring up at something like the Rocky Mountains, it
Yeah.
makes that feel so small.
And like you said too, it's like the air up there is different. It's almost like
It's cleaner, better air to
Yeah.
breathe. Like
you
it's
sleep better.
I swear, best sleep of my life.
Yeah.
Steve.
Sleeping in a tent out there. Yeah, Paradise Lake was awesome.
Well, that's
'cause
the
it was
thing,
so
man. All
quiet.
the crown land
Yeah.
out there. Like, if you want to go
Oh,
camping,
yeah.
you can go legit camping, no problem.
Anywhere.
Yeah, like around here, like you're KOA Kingston, or like
Yeah,
it's not really camping.
Presqu'île Provincial Park's great.
You got to go like way up northern
In-
Ontario
yeah.
before you get to the real
Presqu'île's
camping.
good because Presqu'île,
Where's that?
Brighton,
Okay, that's pretty close to us.
and they're probably still open.
Interesting.
Most of the provincial parks, Sandbanks, Charleston, they'll all shut down Labor Day weekend. Where Presqu'île stays open.
Canada's a
until
beautiful
November.
place,
So
folks.
Presqu'île's cool because there's nobody there in November.
Well, like I haven't gone anywhere. Like aside from going to like Hamilton would be the furthest I've ever been away from home.
Yeah, I've never been
I've been-
farther east. I've been to Montreal.
I've been down to like Syracuse and shit in the States. But it's like an hour away, an hour and a half away. No big
Just
deal.
another
Been to
city.
Montreal. Hamilton would be technically the furthest drive I'd ever made, and then yeah, and then here fly out to Alberta, and the greatest trip I've ever had in my life.
I was surprised you were back so quick. I'm like, you guys are already back,
Yeah, we
and
just
the baby was flew great.
and we got so much. Like we were able to accomplish so much out there too. Like we were able to go and check out a lot of things and see a lot
Short
of stuff.
amount of time,
Yeah,
you still got it done though.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. It was great. And then
So you land. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, we landed like well,
And you go straight to the resort.
we went and I'm gonna throw a couple pictures up here. I'll send them to you on text or whatever. We stopped at a couple little lake lookouts and like nothing huge. Just we wanted to check out a couple spots up in the mountains. You know,
Yeah, you have
get
to.
some stop at some cool viewpoints and check out and see what's going on out there. Because I think our check-in at the lodge was at like 4 in the afternoon, I think, and they picked us up. Oh Jesus! It would have been by the time we hit the airplane mode on our phones, it was like 11:15.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of time to kill. So that's what we did. We were just all touristy and went and checked out spots and.
Yeah, so you didn't go back to his house and pack your bags or nothing. Like you guys were just ready to.
Yeah, we just
we're
ready to
going
explore.
this way.
Like it was basically like, guy, like, what do you want to show us? What do you want to do? Like, this is our first time out here.
What did you expect when you got there? Because you just said you didn't know you were going.
No, so our final night before we came home, we stayed in Red Deer,
Okay.
which is where I thought we were going to be the whole time.
Is that where he lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like coming off the airplane, getting into the car, going for a drive into the fucking Rocky Mountains,
Yeah.
that was not on my bingo card
Yeah.
for this trip.
That's so badass.
So yeah, it was so cool. So we stopped. There's like on your way out, like you travel through a lot of like native land. There's like this really cool looking like casino in between like Calgary and the mountains.
Okay.
We stopped at this like gas station. I got out to have like a quick smoke, and I just walked off to the side, and it was just like everywhere you looked, man. It was just the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah. Round mountains everywhere.
And my mind is blown just the fact that I'm even standing there staring at them. Like
Yeah.
I stood there for probably, I couldn't even tell you how long, because I just wanted to soak it all in, every
Yeah.
little bit.
It's cool.
And then he's like, man, we're not even in them yet. Like, get in the car, let's go.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
we got in the car, continued down the highway, and we're like, oh my, like we're cruising in the mountains right now.
Yeah.
Like this is insane. And you like, I swear you look up for like miles.
Oh, it's just it's just layers. Eh? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can see the different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, wow, they just don't stop.
And we went to there was this one lookout in Banff, and it was just the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
A lookout like you just pull off the side of the road.
Yeah, there's like these different hills and stuff that you can go up. And actually, so we get to the lookout, which is amazing. Like, let's check it out. Here's a panoramic shot. And they had this like tourist bus there, right?
Oh, okay, so
And
a whole bunch of tourists pull off.
Well, I think
Yeah.
the bus was empty. I think it was just like sitting there parked. But wouldn't you know it, the second we opened our doors, like the baby's asleep. So we're like, okay, cool. We can, take turns. We can get out, go check out the spot, take our pictures and whatever. The baby's asleep, so like she can just chill, no problem.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it, as soon as we open the fucking door, like the bus hits the horn, and it's like one of those 1960s, like do like one of these stupid things. So of course the baby wakes up. So we're like, fuck's sake. So like we kept going up the mountain. We went to this like ski resort to check it out, because we're like, okay, we gotta try and get her back to sleep, and hopefully this dink is gone by the time we get back there.
Yeah.
And we got back, and like he was gone, and it was, man, what a trip. I've never really been on an actual vacation in my life before.
And that doesn't count because it's only 3 days.
But it felt like
Yeah.
a week. The amount of stuff we were able to
You
get
got a lot of
done.
shit done, yeah.
And it was nice too, getting out there and gaining 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So
It's a 2-hour time difference.
and I don't sleep for shit anyway, so I didn't like jet
Yeah.
lag. I don't feel jet lag. I'm tired all the time anyway.
So you got to the lodge? What did you do when you were there? Just sightseeing,
Basically,
or were
yeah.
there like hike some trails and just kind of?
Well, it was we more or less like traveled to different places on like via vehicle, just because I'm still
Oh yeah, your leg's broken.
yeah
Whoops.
broken ankle will slow
Healing.
that down. So next time we go out, we're gonna go and do a bunch. But like we went out to another lookout spot and saw the Three Sisters.
Yeah.
Which
I
is-
remember you showing me pictures of that. Rachel.
it was so cool. Yeah, if you got to check it out.
Yeah.
Take the flight. It's so worth it. From Ottawa to Calgary, it's like
3 hours, four.
4 hours there because like it's almost like you're traveling against the wind stream.
The wind, yeah.
And then-
Tailwind, headwind.
But then flying back, it was like 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it takes about 4 to 4.5 to get to British Columbia, but you're going over the Rockies.
Yeah. So when you think about how long it takes you to drive from an area like Kingston to Montreal or to Toronto and Hamilton,
Fucking Hamilton's a 5-hour drive.
just get on a plane and check out the country. I didn't touch down, but at least I could say I flew through Manitoba and Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you definitely flew over it.
Like-
Saskatchewan is flat.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You fall asleep just looking at the lines
Yeah.
driving. You're like, another lines.
Yeah.
Lines just put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have your high beams on at night driving through Saskatchewan, and you know how when you get to another car, you shut your high beams off? Like, well, if you see another car, you can leave them on for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because he's still 25
So
kilometers
he's
away.
way down there.
You're like,
That's the one thing I loved about being out there, man. It was just the vastness of the land and how
Yeah.
everything was so far apart.
yeah.
It was like you could be neighbors,
Well-
but you got to take like a 10-minute drive to get to your neighbor's fucking house in some
Or,
spots.
or
Like, I
there's
loved
these
it.
little villages.
Yeah.
Like, or cities and stuff. Like again, Brad, they moved north into Prince George. And, population up there, this little city, 60, 70,000. So there's a Home Depot and there's a couple Tim Hortons, there's a mall, like there's stuff, it's a city. But in the vast expanse of northern British Columbia, it's like you'd have to drive for
I bought a
couple hours
bong
to
in
get
the
to
Rocky
next-
Mountains, bro.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice.
It didn't travel with me,
Here's one for you.
but I did buy one. I have a Rocky Mountain bong. It's pretty cool.
Did you watch the race with your friend?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We absolutely did. He's got F1 TV, so we started it a little bit late. We just have a no phone checking policy when that happens because we don't want to get spoiled by anything in the race.
Oh, gotcha.
But when we did,
Oh, because you were late starting it, so you can just kind of rewind it and watch it fresh.
just start right from the beginning. So we did
Beautiful.
that once we got to Red Deer.
Who won?
I don't want to talk about it. It wasn't Max.
Oh, it wasn't Verstappen.
It wasn't.
He wins
Verstappen,
everything.
But he won in Brazil, and let me tell you, it was one of the greatest drives that any driver has ever made in their life.
Yeah.
It was starting at 17th in the pissing rain in Brazil, and he finished first. Oh man, unreal. But yeah, we watched the Mexican Grand Prix together. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Red Deer was really neat. Reminded me a lot of Belleville.
Okay.
A lot of Belleville.
Oh.
It's like in Kingston, everything's so like jammed and
Yeah.
like everything feels like it's so close together.
Yeah.
But it felt a lot like Belleville. It was nice.
A little bit more breathing room.
A lot more breathing room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And you're only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the Rockies when you're in Red Deer.
Yeah.
So like,
And that's the thing with Alberta. You've got Calgary and Edmonton, and they're not that far apart.
no.
And they're two major cities.
And that's the thing. If you're looking to book flights, check both airports because sometimes Edmonton's cheaper.
Yeah.
Like when we booked, Calgary was cheaper, but now looking to flights moving forward, some of them like Edmonton's cheaper. So it just depends.
Maybe next time we go see an Oilers game.
I would love that, man.
Yeah. In
It was
Edmonton.
cool. It was neat coming off the plane in Calgary. And they have like the Calgary Flames grill, like the restaurant in the
Oh,
airport.
do they really?
And like we went out
That's
to this
awesome.
pub. I think it was called, I want to say it was called Pub 1887.
Okay.
It was either Pub 1883 or 1887. It was one of those up in Canmore. And it was so cool because around here, you go into a bar, you're stuck watching a Leafs game,
Yeah.
right? But
Or the
like
Jays.
up there, it was like you're watching like the Flames, you're watching
Yeah.
Alberta hockey. Like it was cool. It was a totally different vibe.
That's wicked, dude. Yeah, the West Coast is cool.
Go
Yeah,
check
like-
it out, guys. Just
And,
go check it
and
out.
Vancouver Island is another one you need to check
One
out.
time, I mean, it was. I mean, we didn't.
You
get
want
in-
to you want to get some plane tickets and go to Victoria?
I do it.
Okay.
Man, I'll get it. Like, if you want to go for a weekend, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's a 4-hour plane flight. Whoopty shit. Let's go spend a couple of nights in Vancouver. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's nothing to me. I don't know why everybody makes a big deal out of it.
We went in the off season one time when Brad got married. My other friend Dan, I was out there for both weddings actually, and it was like October, November. So same thing.
Yeah.
Hotels just want you to come.
Yeah. Plane tickets are cheap. Just go in the off
So
season.
they're like, hey, yeah, $50 for the night, and we had like a penthouse suite with 2 levels.
Oh, dude, we could have lived in this lodge.
You walked into the room and there was a set of stairs to a second floor. I'm like, this is $60 a night.
That's
There's a 200. There's like in Napanee, the Marriott in Napanee.
Yeah.
It's like $211 a
Oh,
night.
it's well.
And
The
I'm like,
thing
okay,
that sucks,
calm down, Napanee.
man. The thing that sucks is like we're right in between, like the busiest cities in Ontario, and you
Yeah.
can totally tell.
Yeah,
Like the cost of living here, man. Like we're just for shits. We were looking at houses out there because
Yeah.
we plan on going and spending some years out there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
down the line.
you got to get out of the main cities though.
Yeah, but we're talking in Red Deer. There was like a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house
Wait, can I guess?
for like
Can I
just take a
guess?
wild guess.
5 bedrooms,
5 bedrooms,
3
three
bathrooms.
bathrooms.
How many square footage? Like a couple thousand?
Yeah, at least. So I think the one that we're looking at was like 4,000.
See, so here that would be insane. So there, I'm thinking 800 grand.
There was one that was like 339,000.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
3? Wow. Not
Yeah.
even 400.
We got home and that was the first because I had said
in Kingston. That would have been 1.2
yeah,
million.
yep. So like I had said because I mean that's like my he's been,
Fuck, man.
Andrew's my like man I've known him for I can't even tell you since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So like my whole plan was
Same with me and Brad. You're
Yeah,
just
my
destined to be together forever.
yeah. So my whole plan was like eventually was to move to Alberta.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned that, and you know, she was all like, you know, it's okay, like I get it, like it sounds like a good idea or whatever, like.
Yeah.
And then we go out there,
Yeah.
and we get back, and the first fucking
And you
thing
go-
she's doing is looking at houses
Yeah.
because like Ontario,
Oh, it's brutal.
brutal, like just
See, Brad was looking because he
just to
lives-
live, like trying to live in Ontario was so fucking hard, man.
Yeah, and Brad was lived in the Lower Mainland his whole life, which is where I met him when we went and moved to the same spot, right? And we
Yeah.
met in high school. And my parents had their own little catering business, and Dad was a trucker and la-di-da, whatever. And then we came back because, you know, nobody's getting any younger. Parents, like grandparents started passing away, and we're like, what are we doing? So we moved home,
Yeah.
Ontario. But it's like, he's like, got to the point where he had a house, paying a mortgage on the house, whatever. And like, I got to get the fuck out of here. You know, and he came here to look at, I'm like, dude, you're not, like, I love that you want to look around the Kingston area to move your family, because that would be fucking awesome. I'd be next to my bro again. But you can't come here because you're not gaining anything.
So what you
So
need to do is
he-
wait until we're out
Yeah,
in Alberta,
yeah.
and then it's like, bro, we're all out here.
We're all
Now
out
you
here.
got to come.
And you got to stay, because he's in the Lower Mainland, so he's down in Vancouver, you know, that Fraser
But I
Valley.
mean, where
Sells his house for, I don't even let's make up some numbers. He sells his house for $1 million, moves out north,
yeah.
and buys a house cash and has
I have
dough.
one of
in
my
his
best
pocket.
friends in high school, Quinn,
You know,
lives in
and it's
northern
like-
Alberta, and he's loving it, man. He's
He
got
bought
some
the same
acres.
house for a quarter of the price.
Yeah,
I mean, you're 8-9 hours north of where you were.
but like
But it's like, dude, you literally now your kids have a chance. He's got 3 teenagers. They actually have a chance to maybe buy a house and pay their own.
yeah,
mortgage.
like there's no way, like the
for
way,
$1.5 million, what the fuck are you gonna do?
like around, like it'll just be to stay around here will be so much harder on the kids.
It would be.
So that's the plan is to get out there.
And I'm
At
lucky
some point.
enough when we got to Kingston.
And man, fuck, we'd just fly back to see you guys or fly you guys out to Alberta. We could call up Brad. We could make a whole fucking thing of it. Like the
Down
thing
a
is,
hole.
like, I live like 25, 30 minutes away from my family. I bet you I live 5 or 10 minutes away from some of my family. I don't ever see them.
No.
So like, why do I need to stay in Kingston?
No.
Why, like, I only get one shot at this life.
Well, you just said it before too. Like, why not just go?
Yeah, let's just like go check. You get one shot at this life. Go live it. Go
Yeah.
check out the mountains. Go out east. Go hang out with the whales and shit. Go like don't just stick around central Canada your entire
or it's
life.
just those big clusters, eh? And it's like literally if you go north far enough, like even if you went to Westport, you know, you don't need to go that far out of Kingston.
Yeah, it's sad too because like I used to think the world of Foley Mountain, and I still do. It's a beautiful spot. It's a nice
Yeah.
hiking trail. It's like it's many different ways of getting all over the mountain. Like it's beautiful. But after seeing the Rocky Mountains,
Oh yeah, Foley Mountain.
Foley
Yeah.
Mountain is like Foley Anthill.
Foley
like it's
nothing.
nothing. But it's. I mean, granted, if you live in the area, go check it out. It's actually beautiful. You can,
Yeah, they're nice.
They've got that like
not
I
enough.
can't remember what they call it, but they've got like the one rock where you can like.
They got one rock.
Well, you can like sit there and like you got a whole view of Westport and the
Yeah.
water, and you can
Oh,
like
yeah.
sit there and have your lunch and
We
stuff.
live in a great province, but
It's just too goddamn expensive to live here now.
really
They've
goddamn
like
expensive.
priced us. The conservative government's like, I'm not getting into politics.
So where
but I'm
was this
just-
place you're talking about with the 5 bathrooms, like for like
In Red Deer.
400 grand? In Red Deer.
Red Deer.
And Red Deer's a legit sized city.
Yeah.
You're not even outside of that city.
No.
You're not like Glen Burnie, Inverary.
No.
You're in the city of Red Deer.
Yes. Like
Wow.
Ontario, like it blew our minds. Like
Fuck.
our
That's
lives
a
would be so much easier
a quarter of
lived.
the price.
Yeah, our lives would be so. And the thing is, like, we went to like when we
And
were
what do you
out
do
there,
for work? I don't know. You just get a job.
dude, I'll do anything. I don't like. I deliver newspapers right now. Like, I don't give a shit
I work
if
for
it
FedEx.
pays.
I could, if a spot was in Red Deer, I could just take it.
Yeah, like it. I
And then they give me 3 months. They give you 90 days to move there.
I would go and shovel shit on a farm every day if it meant on the weekends I could take my kids to the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't like I just need to work. Need to pay
Yeah.
the bills.
Then there's
like
always jobs.
Like realistically, like when we get either rent or buy a place, we're barely ever going to be home anyway. We're going to be out
Yeah.
out and about doing things and hiking and
Well, and there you don't bury yourself in debt.
no,
You know.
because we'd had to do a little bit of shopping. Obviously,
Well,
it's
I mean-
certainly not more expensive there than it is here. I can tell you that.
And then me coming to Kingston, and I've had that house in Bay Ridge now for, I think it's 18 years,
Yeah,
something like that. 17 years, something like that. But got it for like 255. And a couple of years back, a neighbor sold his for just shy of $1 million. And I'm like, wow. People are like, man, you should sell your house. I'm like, and then what? Buy another $1 million house?
yeah.
At least I know that one's got a brand new roof and a new furnace and a new air conditioner, and like we've done stuff that I know,
Yeah.
new toilets and fixed the plumbing, like whatever, what's been done. I'm not moving out of there.
Yeah.
I'm hanging on to that thing as long as I can. And then when I have to sell it, I'll sell it and then leave.
So what you're saying is, when you guys plan to come out west?
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll build a studio and we'll jam.
I just hope you know I'm going to go home and I'm going to start talking about it. Just so you know, like, eventually, down the road, way down the road, we're getting Blaine out there.
And you know what is cool too? Where Brad went, they, like in Abbotsford, had an airport.
Yeah.
Prince George, he said, yes, they have one.
Dude, I'd make the
fucking-
half-hour
I'm like-
flight to come and see you.
I'm like, fucking what? I'm like, I said, I can fly from like Ottawa to Edmonton
Yeah.
and maybe hang out there for 3 or 4 hours and get a flight straight to him. I don't have to drive anywhere.
Yeah. And flying's awesome. If you get a chance, like if you've never flown before, fly. It's great. It's exhilarating.
weird to think like, I mean, Kingston has an airport.
Yeah, but it's so tiny.
It is, but I can get to Toronto in half an hour. I did it on Air Canada Jazz.
That's cool.
35 minutes. You're at Pearson. Waited for a bigger plane, took me to Vancouver, and then went to, was it Vancouver? Something like that.
I'm going to have to wrap this up, buddy.
We're going to have to wrap this
I'm
up.
gonna have to wrap this up. But go just travel Canada. If you're in Ontario, don't stay in Ontario. Take some time. Take some of that expendable money that you spend on totally useless, dumb shit. Put it aside. Just go away for a weekend.
I like my dumb shit.
Yeah, but travel. And then when you're done traveling, save up your money and then buy more dumb shit. But just
Yeah, maybe
just-
one of those dumb things should just be a couple of planes.
couple of plane tickets. Like, oh my god, just do it. You'll thank
Like,
me.
Iron Maiden's playing the Saddle Dome in Calgary. Okay.
Go.
Fly to Calgary and see Iron Maiden. Come home.
Expedia.ca. Get your flight, get your your hotel, you book it all in one shot. Just go. You owe it. every single one of you, I'm getting real serial here for a minute.
You're talking to like 14 people.
I know I'm talking to 14 to all 14 of you, if it's even that. You owe it to yourself. You deserve to see what this country looks like.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You work hard.
You work hard for your money, so we're going to treat you right. What's that from?
It's a song, isn't
It's
it?
a commercial. I can't remember.
I bet, yeah. Go check it out. Like, just go check
Zellers?
out the country. I don't know.
No,
what
it is
else.
cool. I'm surprised how cheap those tickets were, dude. $200 come back home. 100 out, 100 back.
100, like I said, like,
Get a one-way and come back when you want.
trust me, that is the plan one day.
Yeah, like,
One-
$115.
one
fucking
day.
Boom. And then I want to go home now, 115 bucks.
One
But
day it won't be a round trip. One day it will be.
That's
one
what I
way,
mean.
and
You can one-way yourself, and then maybe it takes a couple months. Maybe it takes a couple days.
it takes a couple years.
Maybe it never
Maybe
happens.
It never happens.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then I have to take a one-way to get to you with my camera and these weird microphones.
It's crazy. Just and you have no idea. Like sitting on your phone, you feel like you're trapped in the situation you're in. You're stuck at work. You know, your relationship's in a hole. Whatever. Like, no, it's not. Just like go out and do some shit. Explore. Travel. You're not stuck. You might think you are, but you're not.
Yeah, and I had an idea too of shotgun when you're doing your deliveries
Yeah.
at night, taking a camera and sticking it in the car and doing a podcast in the Civic.
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
So-
We're gonna do it up.
More long-form jibber jabber from Jono and I probably coming up on the Down in the Hole channel, trying to do some videos again on this thing because nothing's really happened on this deal in about a year.
Yeah.
So nothing's changed.
No.
We're still here.
We're still here, just we haven't done as much on video, but we're gonna change
Yeah.
that here. Got
Yeah.
some new stuff coming up for you.
You like the new studio? Nothing's different. I
Nothing.
think I flipped that sign around.
Nice.
And Brandon Lee's still back there hanging from the thing. Can you
Thanks.
see him?
Thank you for hanging out with us, gang.
I think you can see him. Yeah, you can see him.
If you've recently traveled, if you live out near the Rocky Mountains, let us know. Let us know what you think, your thoughts on them.
Comment below and hit the like button.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Send us an email.
Don't do that. If anything, hit the dislike button twice.
That's it.
That's all you gotta do.
Double tap it.
Don't
Just like they do in
red,
Zombieland.
white. That's how you know that it really worked.
What's the update on the who cares? Thanks for watching. And
We're not politicians.
That's
we
a
don't
whole
care.
different.
We're not going to discuss politics because we don't care.
No.
I don't care who you align yourself with. I don't care.
You know what we care about?
We care-
Plane tickets that only cost
and
$200.
hard, heavy guitar riffs.
Sick blast beats. There's some funny little shorts that I've come across.
Oh, that one
Nobody
dude on
wants to
Instagram.
hang out with me. He's like, because you don't do the blast beats.
Yeah, oh man. Instagram can be a great place sometimes. Take care, everybody. Au revoir.